Hello and welcome to another episode of Backroads in the Bible, where I explore the details that didn't make it into my sermon. In my sermons, I like to stick to the main point of a passage, so we might think of that as the main street. Here, we like to explore the backroads, the details, the applications, the illustrations, and some of the interesting tidbits that just simply would distract from the main point of a passage. And so grab your Bibles and join with me. Today, we're studying Luke chapter 14, the whole chapter, verses 1 through 35. And so let's dive right in today, starting in Luke chapter 14, verse 1, which says, "One Sabbath, when he went to dine at the house of a ruler of the Pharisees, they were watching him carefully." Two things I want to point out before we go any further. This watching him carefully probably has a malicious tone to it. Right? They were not simply trying to observe Jesus to see what he might be like or what he might do, but they are looking for him to do something that they can use against him. The other little detail I want to point out to you is this, where it says he went in to dine at the house of the ruler of the Pharisees, and that word dine, I'm using the English Standard Version. A lot of other translations will actually translate it more literally, which is to eat bread. Just tuck that little detail away for a moment. Anyway, and I pointed out in my sermon that this is really carrying forward the issue that has come up a number of times where Jesus heals on the Sabbath. So they're watching him closely. Jesus is on the Sabbath at a Pharisee's house. What happens next? Verse 2, "Behold, there was a man who had dropsy. And Jesus responded to the lawyers and the Pharisees, saying, 'Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath or not?'" Now that's been the big question that's been plaguing this situation. Is it lawful for Jesus to heal on the Sabbath? We talked about this quite a bit last week, my sermon, in my Backroads episode, that absolutely there is nothing in the Old Testament law of Israel that condemns